Okay. So let's get to this first mock, man. It is with Malachi Special. I butcher your last name every time, but you know it's all from the heart. I like you, baby. I like you. So, first round, he went with Tyler Guyton. Big offensive tackle. Offensive tackle out of Oklahoma. I was about to say tripping. I was about to say Alabama. Lord. Out of Oklahoma. And then after that, man, at 51 overall, Zach Frazier. Starting out of West Virginia. 62 overall, Roman Wilson. And I forgot to preface, he did trade back from 20 to 30 in the first round. That's how he was able to pick up the additional pick in the second 62 overall. So from there, he drafted Roman Wilson. Then at 84 overall, he went with Cedric Van Pran Sam Pran Granger. I did not know he had Granger on the last part of that. All right. Then at 98th overall, Tavondre Sweat, excuse me. Then at 119, Jeremiah Trotter Jr., linebacker out of Clemson. And at 178, TG's guy, Joe Milton III.
This is a phenomenal draft.
Low-key straight. Low-key straight.
This might be the best I've seen.
Low-key straight, bro.
Only thing you're missing out on is corner, but loading up on this O-line like we are and still getting a solid receiver in Roman Wilson. Getting the Tavondre Sweat pick and the third round, the high upside dude there. Obviously, he's falling down the draft board.
He's
recently.
falling. Yeah, he's falling.
Yeah. Yeah, he is definitely a theme of today's mock draft. Yeah. You guys will see that. But, yeah, you get some help on the D-line there. Jeremiah Trotter, you know I like him. Somehow he's available for pick 119.
119, I'm like,
what, fourth round?
Yeah. Like, if that's
crazier
the case,
things have happened.
Yeah, if that's the case,
Nakobe Dean fell a ton. He was projected to go late first. You know, he went to, middle of the third? So, I mean, if Trotter went to the fourth, it wouldn't be the craziest thing.
The only thing for me that throws me off with that is the Jamin Davis out of Kentucky. Remember how he was going 5th, 6th round in some of these mocks, and it's like, nope, early. You're like, oh, wow, I did not see that one coming, man.
I think the thing that helped him, though, as opposed to Trotter, is Davis had all that crazy stuff going for him at the combine.
Yeah, he ran crazy fast.
Yeah, the athleticism.
Slow, yeah.
I think that's why he was moving up. Initially, I think people had him lower.
Yeah.
But, yeah, a team that falls in love with the athleticism and sees that and says, we could mold you into a really good NFL player. Like they'll take a chance on someone like that. Whereas Trotter, I don't think he's got all that athleticism stuff. He's
a good player though.
Really good football player coming out of Clemson. Almost like Dean, man, because Dean was undersized. There were questions about him translating. So I could see a Trotter falling potentially. I could see it. I would feel that way maybe for like a Peyton Wilson though. I could see him going early because of all that athleticism stuff. But he's projected, second, third, potentially.
I like this.
This is probably the best draft I've seen.
I was going to say, I like this. I even like the fact you went Frazier and turned around and went Van Pran because, number one, we're going to find out of the two. Yeah, we projecting who we think is better, but when you actually get them here, go find out who's better. But I also feel like I got great depth regardless of whichever one beats out who. And both of these dudes have the ability to play guard as well. So if it ever comes down to injuries or contract scenarios, I feel like, I will still have some type of leverage with these dudes being under contract for the next 4 years. Like that. Roman Wilson, definitely like him, man. Yeah, bro, this is a sweet draft, bro.
That's a solid ass.
Fire draft, bro. I'll give it an A. What y'all saying in the comment section, man? Let me see what they talking about in the comment section. Shout out to Malachi, though, bro. Yeah, this one is pretty clean,
Dr.
man.
Larrea says C.
Rod Dallas say B+.
Quan Summer says A for real.
Okay.
I think my only complaint could be corner. Instead of taking Cedric Van Pran, take a corner. Jaron Jones maybe out of Florida State.
Yeah.
But I'm not complaining. I kind of like loading up on the O-line. I don't see it as that big of a negative.
Young boy 24 gives it an A.
We could pick up Chain and Slot. We could pick up another slot corner in free agency if we really wanted to.
Mikey kind of went with you. He says B. Could have went a corner instead of extra center.
I still give it an A, though. Yeah. I think he's playing that into his B grade. Yeah. I'm still sticking with A.
Yeah, I'm saying to myself, I actually have 2 centers, but I also have 2 dudes that can play guard as well. So I have put on multiple hats for both of those guys. But I have something that I did not have prior to the draft, which are legitimate centers.
And James Daniel is in the last year of his contract. So maybe you're gonna kick Van Pran out to right guard for next year.
Yeah, and we've also
He might be better as a guard, honestly.
Yeah, but we've also had some of the crazy fortune of like, yo, we don't deal with a lot of injuries on our O-line. Like outside of Chooks doing what he, said what he said, we would have had the same starting unit for 2 years in a row. Outside, or say you might have switched them out, excuse me. But that's the part where I'm just like, dang, man, how long does that last? Hope it keeps lasting, but doesn't hurt to have quality people. Doesn't hurt to have quality depth, and doesn't hurt to have a second center. Somebody just, almost hedge your bet, so to speak, man.
Yeah, loading up in the trenches.
Yeah. Respect. I like this one. All right. Shout out to Malachi. All right. Next one, we got the homie Zachary Figueroa. Shout out to Zachary Figueroa. And I will preface this. I should pull up his email. But my man said he was going to make sure we got wide receiver talent. That was his thought. He was like, F it, we're going to be able to score points, and we going at them. So he went Brian Thompson Jr. in the first round, 20th overall. Dog. Went with Malachi Corley, 51, wide receiver out of Western Kentucky. Deke's homie, dog. Then from there, at 84th overall, Tavondre Sweat, Texas, dog. Then 98th overall, Andrew Phillips, cornerback out of Kentucky. Then at 119, Mason McCormick, South Dakota State Jackrabbits. Shout out to the South Dakota State Jackrabbits. Offensive guard. Then he went Travis Glover, tackle out of Georgia State, and Sione Avaki, safety out of Utah. Heavy-handed on the wide receivers here. Now, you got some dogs, though, because Malachi Corley, he can definitely go. And Brian Thomas, I see why, people are trying to want to talk themselves into him being the guy. I get it. They nice. Yeah.
We need a center.
I'm about to say, this is way heavy-handed,
This is a fun draft.
This is way heavy-handed on receiver. It's it's fun. I like how you put that.
It's
This
a
is
very
definitely
fun draft. But we need a center.
Yeah.
So, listen, me, 10 years ago or something, would be probably thrilled with this draft.
Give me the receivers.
Yeah, just give me all the talent. Like, for example, whenever we drafted Pouncey, I wanted Des Bryant.
Oh, yeah, you did say that.
I wanted
Des
Des Bryant so bad. Des Bryant fell to us, and we passed on him and took Pouncey. I was pissed. So this would be one of those type of scenarios. Brian Thomas falls to us. Just give me Brian Thomas.
This could be like when we did Najee and Moof when we needed a center. It was like, we need to get. Oh no, man, go Najee.
I'm
Moof,
getting
older.
And then
get somebody
I'm getting
different,
wiser.
Bro.
Just give me the center. Give me the boring pick.
Hey, Deke, you right, man. What's going on with you lately, man? I don't know what's going on, man. What time you go to bed? 6 o'clock now?
Yeah.
This is crazy, man. You read the funny papers, so you just open up newspapers like
honestly,
that, man.
We're crunching into my dinner
crazy.
time right now.
Like, what are we doing, man? How are you not going to want 2 fire wide receivers in the first 2 rounds, bro? This is Brian Thomas Jr. Is Brian Thomas Jr. not nice to you? Does Brian Thomas Jr. not move your needle when you watch him catch the football and run?
What makes it even worse is it's just overkill because you got
super overkill.
You got one receiver. You got Thomas. Was Frazier not there? 51. He's typically available in all these mock drafts.
Overkill.
I don't know if he's realistically going to be there when the draft comes around next week. But
yeah, this is true.
Give me Thomas, Zach Frazier, and I think it's borderline an A draft. Then there was no reason for the 2 receivers.
Yeah. We fire though, bro. Russ fire with this wide receiver core. Fire.
Yeah,
protection is iffy.
Why couldn't we take Zach Frazier at 51?
If we can get into a 7-on-7 competition, we're gonna cook. No O-line, just throwing the ball. We're gonna cook.
You gotta trade
bro.
for it, dude.
Yeah,
but that's not part of this exercise.
This is very true. Yeah.
I like Andrew Phillips.
Andrew's nice.
We're talking about Sweat being a value there.
Mm-hmm. I even like Mason McCormick, man. Shout out to a versatile interior offensive lineman, man. Like, I like him. I'm like, you know what, bro? That works. And it reminded me of my OG homie. Shout out to Danny Batten for all you South Dakota State University people out there. If you know, you know.
I borderline just want to give this an F.
Yeah, it was a lot. But how can I give it an F with them receivers, though? Them receivers is fire. I give it a D-. I'm going D-. Go D-. I can't give it an F. I like the receivers.
You missed the main goal, and that's to get a center.
He punted on the main goal. He didn't even think about a center. He was like, bro, I'm good. Yeah.
I'll stick with an F.
Shout out to Zachary, though. Zachary, fire thought process, though, baby. I like it. All right. Let's see what the homie S. Dresden sent in. Now, S. Dresden, I don't even know what mock draft simulator you used. It's fire the graphics, though. But I don't even know what this is from. But salute you, all right? So, my man S. Dresden, he goes Nate Wiggins in the first round, 20th overall, corner out of Clemson. At 51 overall in the second, he went with Xavier Legette. No, you know that cat right there.
Yeah,
no, you know that
good.
cat. No, you know him, baby. Then in the third round, McKinley Jackson, interior D lineman out of Texas A&M, went back to the South Dakota State. Wishing well. Got Mason McCormick in the third round. Interior. They got him listed as a tackle on this, but he's a guard. Then after that, man, Braylon Allen in the fourth round, physical running back out of Wisconsin. Jordan Travis, cornerback out of Florida State in the sixth round, 178 overall. And then Jalen Ford as his late round, 195 in the sixth round, flyer linebacker out of Texas.
Yeah, we missed the plot again here.
Yeah. Unless I'm missing, like, are they projecting Mason McCormick to go to center? Is that what? Maybe that's the thought process.
You're right, because he's
that
versatile.
That would have to be the thought process.
You're not feeling great about that day one.
No, I'm not. No. Day one.
Not
I'm
at
like,
all.
That's
We're
Green
questioning
over again.
Graham Barton.
Yeah,
and he's supposed to be a first round pick.
That's Kendrick Green all over again. I'm trying. Yeah. I don't like that one.
I like Wiggins. I like Legette. But we got to get a center. I'm sorry. We got to get a center.
I even like the middle round flyer on a running back. Braylon Allen, I was like, I ain't tripping on that. I like that too. Physical style runner. Got a little juice.
I like the late Jalen Ford pick too.
The flyer on Jordan Travis. Get him in the program. Sid, give us some insurance while we figure out what we doing with the top end of these quarterbacks right now.
It's just tough for me to give any of these a good grade if we don't have a center early on.
Zero center, bro. Zero center. But
as you can't do the thing where it's like, we're going to trade for a guy.
So as
we haven't done that yet. We literally don't have a center on the roster.
As Dresden,
Spencer Anderson.
As Dresden came back through and he said McCormick is going to be his center.
No.
That's what he said. McCormick is a center, so he's like, that's going to be his center.
At least say you're trading for one.
He's fine. If he's fine,
at least say that.
With McCormick,
I won't accept the answer, but at least say that.
Yeah, if he's fine with that, man, that's fine. Because he can definitely bump in and play center. You watch him play guard. But the same questions that if people are critical of Jackson Powers Johnson snapping the football, how are we not going to have questions just in general about this dude starting day what at center for us? That's tough. That's tough. That's tough. Yeah, that's tough, bro. Because I like Mason McCormick. Don't have me in here talking about McCormick like this, man. I don't want to talk bad about Mason McCormick because I like him. I just don't. I just think some questions with this, man. Because you can make a case, you'd rather go Van Pran if we're going to do this. Just like, I like
this
it.
This might be an F.
It's tough, though. How can I give it an F, though? I got Nate Wiggins and Xavier Legette,
right.
Bro. Like, I got me a corner that I'm pairing up with JPJ lockdown. I feel great.
Fair.
I got Xavier Legette. Come on, man. Big speed, big
Because even though the last draft
didn't
get a center early, I think my main thing that got him the F was
the double receivers.
Yeah,
it was heavy-handed. We ain't need it.
Get a center, but even if you're not going to get the center, then, do something like what this guy did. Get a corner and a receiver.
Like, I'm not tripping. I just wish we had a center. To me, you did miss the main objective. That's the problem. We missed the main objective. The main objective is I need a starting center. I need a guy that I can plug in here day one to get me out. Like who gonna be the guys to get me out of these stadiums, man? So with that, I do unfortunately, I'm gonna go C+. If, like I said, Mason, I get it, man. I wish it was a different center, or at least a true center, or at least a guy coming from a bigger school. If I'm going to be doing the go ahead, switch from guard to center, man, and come in here and start day one, I'd much, if I was at the ACC, if it's Graham Barton, you've seen some of that South Carolina State tape. It don't all look D1. Not saying that dudes he played against, I'm saying the optics of it don't all look D1. It look different. You watching Duke, or you watching Georgia, or you watching West Virginia. That's all. But salute.
I'll go D+. I'm talking myself into Legette and Wiggins. Those would be good players for us.
Braylon Allen's a good player, bro. He's a good player. Run that rock downhill. Got a little juice in open field. He ain't gonna make you miss now.
I'll give him D+.
Dang. Jordan Travis, good little late round.
Because I don't think we're going to be upset with Wiggins and Leggett.
Yeah, we feel good
We're
about
going
those
to be
dudes,
upset
bro.
not having a center, though. I know that for damn sure.
Yo, boy, 24, he ain't going for it. He say ain't nothing plus about this draft, Mos. I'm trying. All right? I'm trying. Yeah. Now, Yul Young says Mason McCormick calls the O-line alignments. He could play center. And I'm not doubting any of his above the net game. I'm talking about when I watch him. I'm talking about when I'm watching him on tape at South Dakota State playing against Montana, and the Montana linebacker on the second level is sidestepping him and getting around. I'm talking about where he's pulling versus Montana, and he can't hit the safety that's in the alley on a screenplay. I'm talking about that portion of it. Because if you can't block the Montana linebacker in space or the Montana safety in space, what you going to do when it's the Baltimore Ravens, man? When it's the Cleveland Browns, when Cincinnati Bengals? And we're asking him in this situation to come in here and start. Not develop, not be a guy. Like, you're our guy. You're our center. I just think that's going to put him in harm's way, man. That's all. But, like, I do think he's a good player, though. And I don't want to get it twisted. I think he's a good player. In fact, when I watched him, it reminded me of B.J. Finney. That was literally what I said to myself. I was like, you're B.J. Like, you're B.J. Finney, man. You're a good player. You're J.C. Hassenauer. Versatile, can give us some, center guard stuff. Do you want them starting 17 games? Nah. But can they get you out of a stadium? Yeah. Could they give you depth? Yeah. That's kind of how I looked at Mason at this stage. Now, does he develop? Sure, he could definitely develop into more than that. But like I said, that's kind of how I looked at him, man.
Like, there's good individual players in this show. I even like McKinley Jackson.
Shout out to McKinley. Yeah. Shout out to McKinley.
But we don't need D-line that bad.
The first pick of the third for us, the 84th one, like.
But we already took a corner and a receiver, so I understand that. Like, if you miss out on your center the first two picks, maybe you do just abort the mission.
He said, "Oh, my dude's gone. I'm just getting this one." I'm like, "Where is Van Pran at in this convo? Is he in the convo?"
Yeah, maybe he could have been taken instead of McKinley Jackson. At least you can make me feel better.
Yeah, I like it though. Shout out to S. Dresden. They don't like you. I'm gonna give it a C+. All right, see it. There we go. All right, what a final mock draft that we're going to react to today. It's from the homie Steel City 7. Now, Steel City 7 has some action, man, in terms of trades, man. Traded back out of that first round. He was like, bro, I don't want to stick at 20. I don't want our 20th overall, nor do I want our 6th round pick either, 195. So he calls up the Washington. They're the Commanders right now, I believe, right? No, what are their names right now? They're the Commanders right now, right? Yeah, the Commanders right now. All right, so he calls the Commanders. He's like, yo, Commanders, man, take these picks. We're going to trade back. So takes the 2nd round, 36 overall, along with their 2nd round, 40th overall. So we know 32 picks in the 1st round. So that's the 4th and the 6th overall. I said that backwards. 4th and the 8th overall picks in the 2nd round. So with that, went Jackson Powers Johnson at 36 overall. Definitely like that. Then from there, he said, I'm not done just yet, Deke. He said, you're not done just yet, man. So he takes that 40th pick that he got from Washington, along with our 3rd round pick, 98th overall, and he calls up Houston. He's like, yo, Houston, what's happening, man? Let me get some picks up off of you. So from there, we trade back, get the 42nd overall pick from the Houston Texans in the 2nd round, along with picking up a 86 overall pick in the 3rd round, along with the 123rd pick in the 4th round, along with the 127th pick in the 4th round. Deke.
This draft's on steroids.
Deke. My man said take a 2nd and a 4th, or 2nd and a 3rd, and we're going to go ahead and, boost up the income. I like it, man. So with that, 42 overall, he got Keon Coleman. Cat we've been talking about today. Big body, tall receiver. All right. Then at 51, he got a guy that you like to talk about, TJ Tampa. Shout out to TJ. Yeah. Physical, will tackle you. Good player. 3rd round, 84th overall, Kalen Bullock. Big time. Like the safety out of USC, will definitely hit you in the mouth. Then from there at 86 overall in the 3rd round, Jeremiah Trotter Jr. Give me some pedigree. Then from there in the 4th round, I went with the homie Matt Gaha. Oh, man, I wish I would have remembered how my man put it in the comment section on how to say it. It's like Spanish, bro. It's like Gahaves. It's like Gahaves. It's something like that he said. He was like, don't pronounce it like Claves. Yeah. I wish I could remember it. But anywho, the tackle out of Pitt. All right, left tackle out of Pitt. Then in the 4th round, 123 overall, Tavondre Sweet. And then we have at 127. I say sweet every single time. Lord, sweat. 127, Mason with 2 A's. Smith, interior D lineman at LSU. And at 178th overall, 6th round, quarterback out of Florida State, Jordan Travis.
What a draft.
What a draft.
Yeah, this is A range. Yeah, for sure. I don't think the second trade back is that realistic.
This is like heavy hand trade, like go crazy with it. I wonder how many times he had to like set it up to get it to happen like this too, bro. Because it's like everybody just falling perfect into place. Yeah, man.
I mean, the only complaint I have really is Coleman. I'd pick a different receiver. I would maybe go Roman Wilson over him. Was McConkey there? Yeah, there's a couple guys I'd probably prefer over Coleman. And that's an early, it's like a mid-second round pick. So there probably were guys
10
available.
Picks into it, yeah.
Maybe you just preferred Coleman. But outside of that, holy shit. I mean.
TJ Tampa, nice.
Yeah, you got Trotter. You got Tampa. You got your center.
Held a Pitt. We got a Pitt guy.
Yeah. Mason Smith. Sweat. It's a good draft. Probably
even the late round flyer on a quarterback, man.
This is probably an A. I think I prefer the first one over this.
Without all the trades and stuff?
Yeah. The dude just loaded up on the line.
Yeah.
Where you got Van Pran, Frazier, Guyton. Didn't we get a receiver in there too? Yeah, I think I prefer that. Obviously, this one, you get more names and stuff with this because of the trades and everything. Yeah, I think I prefer the one with all the O-line pickups. It's tough though because you're just getting so many more players here. So maybe I do prefer this. I just don't know. I think we got to grade this one on a curve though.
Yeah, you got a lot of players.
We got to grade this one on a curve.
But you got O-line hope. You got D-line hope. You got receiver hope. You got O-line depth. You got linebacker depth. Like, yeah, bro, you got a lot here.
So yes,
quarterback depth in
a
range,
vacuum, I will take this one over the first one, but like on a realism scale, I'll take the first one.
Yeah, I think the first one, Malachi, Aspecia. Yeah, Aspecia. I butcher it every time. I love it, but that's definitely, I think, yeah. Let me put that one back up. Shout out to Steel City 7 though. Let's see what the congregation saying about Steel City 7. Let's see what they saying.
It's a really good draft.
Yeah.
Like, because even if I don't like the receiver, or I'm questionable on the receiver, you still picked up so many other names where it doesn't matter.
Yeah. And they're saying not Cody Call and Cody Call was saying he doesn't think that Jackson Powers Johnson will be there at 36. There is a case that he could though, man. They said like if teams don't go center in the first round because of the whole conversation of if, like we said yesterday, right? Or Monday, if Cooper DeJean is there versus a Jackson Powers Johnson, do you take JPJ because of the position or do you take Cooper because of the talent? Nate Wiggins, right? Brian Thomas, any of these type of players is going to be part of the conversation here. So there is a chance that those guys do fall, but the reality is they probably won't fall past pick 45 because in that range, that's the second round, a lot of teams that are picking early, that are picking the wide receivers, the quarterbacks, and some of these other spots, they're still going to be coming back needing to get centers. And that's where we're saying that it's a very strong possibility that we can't sit at 51 and get one of these centers if we pass on them in the first round. So there is that conversation of, you might have to trade up. If you don't go first round, there is a strong, probability that we're going to have to move back up. Now, what does that cost? That's what you put yourself into because all these other teams are also going to be knowing that, you need to move up. So you need to move up more than I need to move back. And now we kind of get ourselves in a little bit of position that we might not want to be in.
I like the move back scenario.
Yeah, move back, get the extra pick if you.
Where you're drafting late in the first or early in the second, and like you said, get an extra pick, which would probably
that could work.
Probably be at least a second or third. It'll be a valuable pick that we
could
can
definitely
get.
Work, man.
Just make sure you get a center. That's literally it.
Yeah,
that's the goal.